used to tell me I was building a dream, and so I followed them all. When there was earth to plow or guns to bear, I was always there, right on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream, with peace and glory ahead. But why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread, a dime? Once I built a tower to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, gee, he looked swell, full of that Yankee doodly-dum, and $500,000 boots went slogging through hell, and I was a kid with a drum.
Free it is, and flexible and pliable still. Anyhow, I like to use sharp cutters like this so that I don't injure the internal wire underneath this heavy rubber jacket. Rather than strip around, just going to nibble up like this, just snipping back a little bit. And you can hear the nice click noises as I cut into the rubber. It's just very springy material. The Cornish wire has this white contract coat on it. It's one of the features of it. This particular section is from the 1950s, around the United States-Korean War era. This batch came from a recording studio where it was used for high fidelity audio recording. So here I've just cut into the jacket, and you can see immediately natural fibers start to come out. So I'm going to peel back like this, and you can see how clean and nice. And this is much stronger rubber than the PhotoPhone wire, so I really have to pull on it, and then I can self-strip. And we've got some variations on the copper lining, but now take a look at how untouched and flexible that rubber is right there. It's actually still got a pattern from when it was molded against the sisal in the wire drawing process. So we've got some other cotton fibers lining here. So what I then do is I pull back the sisal out of the way, which is a natural fiber that used to be used in wire, but you'd never see it anymore. And now we're looking at the black and white conductors, and look at that. They're just really still highly flexible and fresh. So now I'm going to grab wire strippers, selecting about the 16 gauge since it's 16 gauge wire, and I'm going to spin it in the cutter here and give it a pull, and there you go. That's the see the shine and the light from how nice and clean that tinned copper is, and that's what it looks like no matter where you cut into a section of wire. That's what this original stuff is like, and it's what you want to always use. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blade and scrape this so that you can see what the copper looks like underneath. This is just a sharp razor blade. We're just going to do this for a minute. This is very, very soft copper. You can start to see already the rose copper coming out from underneath the tin, electroplated tin coating. The tinning is done to copper wire. It makes it very corrosion resistant and easy to solder to, which is very nice if you want to solder on some RCA connectors or binding post ends or pretty much anything. If not, it still gives a much nicer neutral sound, better than anything modern. Certainly no gold plating or silver plating can compare to the neutrality that you get from this vintage copper. So there we go, spinning it a little bit as I scrape on it here. And there we go, you can really start to see the rose color. And notice all of this flexing I'm doing, and it's still really nice and pliable and soft. I'm fanning it out here. That's the way wire should be. If your wire isn't like that, and so many modern wires are drawn so quickly they get very brittle and crystallized. This is almost a dead anneal here. There we go. Okay, so let me see if I can get a macro of this. Now, I could do this all day, but there we go. So there's a nice close-up. You can kind of see the copper coming out there. So just a little bit of scraping will reveal that we're dealing with some really high-quality stranded copper wire. And the stranded you want. You don't want to use solid conductor to avoid the skin effect of wire. So that's the PhotoPhone T Cornish wire. For those of you who are wondering or worried about buying the thicker wire, don't. This is an excellent sounding, high quality audio grade wire.
The kid with a drum said, "Don't you remember they called me out? It was out all the time. Why don't you remember?"
We also screen it for any impedance and reactance. And just very quickly, I wanted to show you. Here's an impedance sweep on an over 50-foot section of this wire, and you can see how nice and flat it is. It's incredible, actually. Easily matching any wire from any era, including modern wires. It only starts to climb as you reach extreme high frequencies, as any wire does. And what we're looking at is a resistance of about 1 ohm for this entire 50-foot section. So have no worries about running a long length of this in your. We got phenomenal feedback from users of Western Electric, vintage Altec, Lansing systems, also some users of modern equipment like Shindo. We got just wonderful feedback from buyers of this all-natural rubber and copper wire. It's so simple and so beautiful and easy to work with, and it complements the era of audio that we're using and finding to have excellent, sweet mid-range detail, and also this tremendous neutrality. So much of the modern wire with Teflon sheathing adds to, while it can be very bright, it's also a coloration. This wire, however, is highly neutral, yet very, very detailed. So we got tremendous feedback. Everybody that bought it loved it. It sold out quickly, which leads me to say that this early Cornish wire is a very limited supply. So if you need some, buy it soon. There's going to be you'll see a lot of out-of-stock listings on our website. I'm very sorry about that. But just search for the right length of in-stock wire that you may need, and or email me at orders@HiFi Town, and I will check the warehouse to see if we have any remaining stock.